Hello, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers YouTube channel. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name is Jody Kelly.
And my name is James Baker.
And just to let you know that we release videos every Monday and Thursday. So if you want to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, you'll get timely reminders of when we throw one of these videos up. It's top 10 on Thursdays, and we do a podcast on a Monday. And of course, smash the like button, which apparently you have to do. Clicking it isn't enough. You've got to smash the like button. And it really helps the channel out. If you want to leave a comment or share the video on social media, that would be great as well. So today we're going to be talking about the people who you love to hate when you watch a movie or TV show, the villains. Each of us is taking a turn. So Jody and James, they both had a go. And this week it is my turn to open up my rogues gallery. So, oh boy, what a tough.
Are you all right?
Oh,
Are you all right, Sloan?
I'm fine. I've just
You ready for this?
Minor edits.
I've sharpened my pencil,
Okay.
and I'm ready to take some notes.
Ready? Number 5.
Going over the page.
Okay. In at number 10. Number 10. Harry and Marv from Home Alone. Set the scene already.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Very strong starts, all three of us, by the way.
These guys, they have a clear motivation. They want to rob all the streets in one particular neighborhood, and there's this one street that they think is the diamond in the crown, and it just so happens to be the McAllister house, and everybody's gone away to France except one little kid, and he has to defend his castle, and it is these two clowns of a human that have to try and break into this place, and they're incompetent idiots basically, and they're called the Wet Bandits, which doesn't end well for them because they basically get fingered for all the other stuff that's been going on. Yeah, Joe Pesci is Harry, Daniel Stern is Marv, and they are amazing together. So good, in fact, they made a sequel, which is arguably even better than the first one. In the slapstick comedy of like paint cans hitting each other, and yeah,
it's brutal. The violence.
It's really
absolutely
bad.
brutal.
Jody's favourite thing, the Corridor Crew, they did.
Yeah, I was going to. Well, you obviously know what I'm going to say, but yeah. James, you need to check out the Corridor Crew. They've done a 18th certificate version of what would actually happen.
Oh my gosh! Because I sometimes feel that Home Alone 1 and 2 should be an 18th certificate from what happens.
Well, they've added blood and they've added extra kind of.
What's this called then?
Corridor Crew.
Corridor Crew.
Take them in. Not
Corridor Crew. Okay. Yeah.
Corridor Crew, Home Alone, adult version. It's brutal.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Actually, a great film. Who directed that?
Who directed? Chris Columbus.
Who went on to direct such movies as Harry Potter 1 and 2, and a few other movies as well. I think he's the guy that runs the 1492 production company as well.
Right.
I love Home Alone. That's one of my favourite movies of all time.
We watched it, I'm going to say 20 times over Christmas. Because it's on Disney Plus now. It's owned by Disney now.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
20th Century Fox.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
There's a thing on Netflix about... I'm
going to watch that.
There's a series, it's like the first season.
Movies that made us.
Yes.
It's the
Home Alone is one of those things.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's a story about them. Then one company owns Home Alone.
That's right.
And they fell out. They just
production company. Yep.
It was. I think it was Warner's.
Fox that took over?
Yeah, it was Warner's. Warner's. They couldn't get them out fast enough. So basically, as the Warner's producers were leaving, they were bringing in the Fox producers behind them.
So
as they were saying you're fired, the other ones were saying you're hired.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Don't worry, just stay where you are.
Good story.
Good show, actually. Yeah, they are good villains.
And the house is built in a gymnasium.
Yeah, it's a gymnasium, the same one that they used for another couple of ones as well, like Breakfast Club as well was filmed in there.
Yep. Was it in Canada? Was it filmed? Is it Canada? Was it
Chicago?
Chicago.
Yeah, because what's his face? John Hughes is from Chicago. area, and he thought that he could make Chicago the Hollywood of the Midwest. Didn't work, obviously.
I've been likened to Marv, unfortunately, for a good bit of my life. So I have recently bought, when I say recently, in the last couple of years, bought an Afro style wig, and when I wear it and put an iron print type makeup on the face, look exactly like Marv. Exactly.
His reactions to Marv is the kind of childlike innocent in the gang, and his reactions to stuff is amazing. Like, he's so gullible, but he just does these amazing, like, really? Are we going to do that? Just so good.
I know.
Anyway, so yeah, Home Alone 2, guys. Number 9 is Anton from No Country for Old Men that Jody mentioned. My favourite scene in the whole movie is the bit where he goes to a gas station and the guy behind the counter tries to like strike up a conversation with him, and he's having none of it. And he's going to say, "How's your day?" And he's going to, "What do you care?"
And it turns into this really awkward thing.
How much have you ever bet on a flip of a coin?
Yeah.
What? I don't want to. I'll flip. And he goes, "No, you don't need to flip." So he flips the coin, puts it down in the counter, and he's like, "Heads or tails?" And he's going, I don't want to call it. It's like this Shane moment. You know, the move Western Shane. Pull your gun. He's going, I don't want to pull my gun. If I pull my gun, mister, you're going to pull your gun. He's going, no, all this good stuff.
Yeah.
The exact same tension as that flip of a coin. It's like,
it's horrible.
It's really bad. Yeah, I don't like it. Anyway, Javier Bardem as a...
I love those kind of awkward scenes like that.
Yeah, really well done. Number 8.
Sorry, just come back, just before you leave it, it's gone back to the Christoph Waltz thing in Inglourious Bastards. It's the scene so tightly wound.
Yes.
That it doesn't take that much. I don't think it takes that much money.
Yeah.
I mean, all the money's going to the writer at that point, I feel.
Yeah.
Even though he's not writing or she's not writing that much, but so tightly wound.
In the Inglourious Bastards one, the whole scene is charged from the start. And in No Country for Old Men, you can actually just imagine them just turning the screw through the whole scene. It just builds up such pressure, just keeps going.
From nothing?
From absolutely.
From
the guy
a
just
pleasant...
goes, how you doing, fella? And he's like, what do you mean by that? Like, he's just in a mood the whole time. And you're like, oh my God. And the guy's trying to get out. And he's going like, oh, I close now. And he goes, what time is now? And he goes, well, now. And he goes, now's not a time.
I know.
That film.
Oh, it's so good. I want to go and watch it again. I actually have it on. I bought it on one of the many streaming things that you've got. So I bought it in Google Play. I wish I bought it in Apple, but I bought it in Google Play. So I'm going to watch it again tonight.
And before you go any further, I just want to. That's me as Marv.
Oh my God, that's good.
There's the thumbnail.
That is good.
I don't see the tarantula on my jacket.
Yeah,
brilliant.
It's awesome.
That's good. Yeah.
Anyway, you can continue, Sloan.
Okay.
Continue.
Not that we didn't believe you.
That's the thumbnail, by the way.
That's good.
Number 8, Ava from Ex Machina.
I
don't know if she's the baddie or it's Oscar Isaac, because he's just.
I would say.
A bit awkward. I think Ava is the baddie because.
Doesn't know any better.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's just as Oscar Isaac made her, I guess. But there's just something creepy about the whole situation, and it's that, you know, is she real? Is she not real? Bless you.
Thank you.
Do you not think it's because he's made her, and she's got a conscience, so she's confused about what her role is. So she's basically trying to break out of what he's made her.
I mean, she's essentially a prisoner in the house.
Yeah.
And she's just trying to break free. So from that, there's kind of motivation in there. But she knows that her actions are going to cause harm, and she does it anyway.
Yeah.
And so that kind of makes her the villain of the piece as far as I'm concerned. That's my justification for making her number.
She breaks Asimov's rules of robotics.
Yes, exactly. Which, I mean, the first one is like do no harm, I think. So I don't want to put glasses on because I'm not entirely sure of the quote, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the first one's do no harm.
I'm actually going to learn
cause
those
no
rules.
harm, or don't
We
do
should
that
know them.
one. Yeah, don't hurt
call
yourself.
ourselves.
I think it's don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt humans, and then it's like don't do that unless it contradicts the first two rules. It's something like that. Anyway, comment below. Number 7. Dun, 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 dun. The Terminator.
Is this? Oh, that surprised me. You were right. Number 7 did surprise me.
Actually, it's number 5 will surprise you even more. But
number 7 excites me.
Yes, the Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
The cop that cannot be. He's not a cop. He's the Terminator. That from the moment.
You mean in the T1000?
The T800. No, not the T1000. Not that.
Not Robert Patrick.
The original one. Like
the original.
When I saw the Terminator, that terrified me. The fact that there could be this killing machine out there that doesn't stop, doesn't give a crap, and will go through brick walls to get to the target to kill them. That was terrifying. It's still terrifying to think about it. You know, you're driving along your car, all of a sudden there's a guy standing in the middle of you. What's this guy doing? And he just like...
The Terminator's just not a Terminator. The Terminator is an assassin.
Yeah.
You know, it will impersonate people in order to, you know, it will gather intelligence and use it against you.
Yeah.
You know, in order to actually trick you into whatever it has to do to kill you. You know,
it'll come up with the best response.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I'll
be back.
I'll be back. Also, the bit where he's getting knocked the door by the landlord, he tells him to F off.
I know.
Later on, we realised that was Arnold's normal facial expressions, but the zero expression on his face as well adds to it, you know.
Remember the you know, when he's in and he's got like the problem with his eye and he's in the hotel room, and it's clearly like a prop. And it's the dummies moving like this.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad.
Even that was pretty.
There's a bit in Total Recall that's like that as well, where he's getting the thing out of his nose, the ping pong ball out of his nose.
I remember thinking that was hot. I remember watching that at the time and thinking, "Oh my god, that's the most horrible thing I'd ever seen."
Yeah,
that Total Recall was my first 18 at the pictures. Titchfield Street, Kilmarnock.
I'll tell you something. It's a nice segue to my number 7.
Go for it.
Hagen from Total Recall. Not the Bryan Cranston one, the Ronnie Cox version of it. He had some of the best one-liners in there.
Is that your number 7?
That's my number 7, yeah.
We didn't even rehearse that.
I know.
You jumped on that really quick, Sloan.
That's why I was like, I'm going to get the segue. Ronnie Cox hamming it up. Like, Ronnie Cox plays a great villain. He does a great job as Cohaagen in this. He says, you'll be losing air down with the rest of them, and I'll be home in time for cornflakes. It's such a great line. Anyway, Cohaagen, because he's just this evil, horrible businessman dude guy that doesn't like the lower classes. He only uses them because he needs them to mine things. And if he could get away with like just putting a whole bunch of machinery in there, he probably would.
Working on Mars sounds like a drag, doesn't it?
It does. It wouldn't be good. And then, like, he's probably the reason why they're mutated in the first place as well, because of the lack of oxygen as well, that's causing the issues, and also the mining conditions as well, and all these other things. And he just doesn't care. And he uses people as well. So he used Hauser to infiltrate them, and then Hauser becomes McQuaid. Is it McQuaid? Yeah, McQuaid, I think.
I'm going to ask a stupid question.
Uh-huh.
I've seen that film multiple times. I've seen the remake as well. We don't talk about.
I've not seen the remake.
But what is the reality in that?
I'll tell you something.
Does he actually go to Mars, or is it all a game?
You know the bit at the end of Inception, and I'm going to spoil it for everyone, where he's got the wee spinny thing like that, and he spins it. Exactly like that.
Aye, okay, that's fine. That's fine then, because
it's open for interpretation. It's the same thing as well as when at the end of Blade Runner, where he says, too bad she won't live, but then again, who does?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing. It's this ambiguous
ending.
I don't know.
We do talk about Paul Verhoeven films quite a lot, don't we?
Paul Verhoeven
actually.
is a genius.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
The man's
And also a little bit wrong.
I think I think we all love them equally.
I know.
I can think of three at the top that are in my top 10 Paul Verhoeven movies: RoboCop, Total Recall, and
Showgirls.
Showgirls.
Yeah.
Showgirls.
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. Oh yeah.
And Starship Troopers. Starship Troopers is arguably probably, and I would have to go back and look at the top 10 again that we did, but I think it might be the number one sci-fi movie of all time ever for me, or at least top.
Said
10.
it now, Sloan.
I know. Comment below if I'm talking out a hole in my head.
Yeah.
Doesn't Ronnie Cox epitomize white corporate America of the future?
Yeah. Do you remember that he became captain of the Enterprise and he played an equally middle management type guy?
Did he?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Was he for the company too? What?
Yeah,
what was that?
he came in when the car became Locutus, I think.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, this is where Jody's eyes roll into the back of his head.
No, he's not.
I can't think of the actor.
As each week goes along, Sloan, I think
Yeah.
Jody becomes more interested in the Star Trek section.
I might have to start watching it.
He played
Listen, I'm original Star Trek only.
Drew Ballinger.
Start with Deep Space Nine.
Really? I started watching the Netflix one.
The Discovery.
I couldn't quite get into it.
Was it the Klingons?
You said to me about it, but I need to get back into it. I'll try again.
Love Ronnie Cox anyway. Great shout. Because he's like Krennic, just a dick.
Yeah, he's basically he's Krennic for the 80s.
Corporate asshole.
In fact it's the same. What's his name? Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
Ben Mendelsohn is they can't cast Ronnie Cox anymore, so they bring in Ben Mendelsohn.
Because he
absolutely agree.
Because he plays the Ready Player One dick as well. Corporate dick.
He's that guy.
Every sci-fi movie needs a dick.
Yep. Absolutely.
I think you're making up your own jokes there, James.
I know. Yeah. We should have top 10 sci-fi dicks. Anyway, sorry, Sloan.
Moving swiftly along. Number 5, which will surprise you.
Oh,
Evelyn.
Number 6, no.
That was number 6 was Velos Cohagen, but that's because I did it. I segued so well into it, we didn't even know we were doing one.
So who was number 7 then?
Terminator.
Oh, that's what I've missed out. Sorry. Right, go on.
Number 5. Ready for this?
You writing things down?
I always write it down. I take notes with my pencil. Right, go.
Evelyn Draper. From Play Misty for me.
Oh, brilliant choice. Wow.
Terrifying.
What a
Terrifying.
curveball.
What's her face? Julie Jennifer, what's her name? I've wrote it down actually because Jessica Walter. Jessica Walter, who plays
directed by Clint Eastwood.
Directed and starring Clint Eastwood, who wrote the theme tune. Plays a DJ, and he's got a bit of infatuation from this Evelyn woman, and she goes after him. And
that was his first directorial
debut.
Was that his?
Like a Columbo made for TV movie. It is the weirdest. When you go back and watch it again, you're like, feels dated. But it's such a good psychology. Like there's a bit in it where he's like, so it's towards the end of the movie, but she's going like, the doctors have sorted me out and it's okay. I've got a new job. It's in Hawaii. I'm leaving today because he's in Carmel FM or something. So it's like West Coast.
He became the mayor of.
Yeah. And I think the call sign is like KM RL or something is the radio station, Kermel. And so she's like, I'm calling you from the airport, but play it for me one last time. And he plays Misty for her, and she hangs up. And then it cuts to him, and he's lying in bed, and he's having a bit of a nightmare. He's doing the old
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, yeah. He's actually lying like that as well.
It always comes down to Attack of the Clones, doesn't it?
You know,
but is he sweating?
Oh, profusely. He's got a bit of perspiration on there. Yeah, that's right. He doesn't sweat. And he sees a flash of Evelyn, and she goes and like embeds this knife in his pillow, and he wakes up, and he's like, "What the hell was that?" And she goes around, checks his digs, and goes back, and there's a knife in his pillow.
Oh Christ! Brilliant.
So good. Yeah. So Evelyn Draper, play Misty for me.
So until you mentioned that tonight, I'd never heard of that film.
Really?
Oh, and I love Clint Eastwood, films. But I'd never heard of it. I don't just mean films that he stars in. I mean films he directs.
Yeah.
So
Sloan and I went through. When did we see that film first? Was that on a ship?
I think we were 10 or something at the time.
Yeah. It's like crazy. It's like Burt Reynolds movies, Clint Eastwood movies.
Yeah, Hooper.
Korean movies. We used to watch loads of Korean movies, man.
Yeah,
because it was
not. It's one of those.
Run out of movies to watch, so then we start watching the Korean movies on the ship with my dad.
Yeah,
and so we'd watch all these crazy movies that we should not have been watching because we're totally unsupervised. So we just watching it, everything, throwing darts at each other.
Right. I still have the mark.
All that stuff.
I'll show you him.
All that
I'll show you him over next year.
We couldn't swim, right? But we were. There was a wee pool on the ship, and we used to push each other out with the safety life belt.
Life belt, yeah.
We used to push each other out.
This is
swim,
a container ship.
So we push each other from one side to the other, and we couldn't swim.
Fun for all the kids.
I pushed Sloan out, and he wasn't in right, and he flipped right over.
Jody asked me. He said, "Are you in?" I went, "No."
Killed him.
Okay.
Almost killed him.
Yeah.
Totally no. And we used to. Oh, God, that's horrible. See, when I think back on that, oh my God, absolutely horrible. We also used to, before we could swim, we used to. There'd be like a hose that would fill the pool with seawater, but it would loop under, the deck level of the pool, and then under the water, and then back up. And then, so we would follow the underwater without being able to swim. Follow the hose underwater and back up again from one side of the pool to the other.
It sounds like an episode of what was the name of that film that the ship turned upside down?
Poseidon Adventure.
It sounds like six
I think that
movie.
might have actually been where we get the idea from.
Probably.
Actually, funnily enough, my number 3
I'm glad
is
you're alive.
from the Poseidon Adventure.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know why.
That is not true.
Number 4. Norman Bates.
Surprise.
We talked about that.
Yeah. So you've got Norman up there also?
Norman, yeah. I mean, it's Psycho. I mean, the name's in the title. I'm a big Alfred Hitchcock fan.
Me too.
This is a great example of one of his movies. The man was a master at the old Dutch angles and like this feeling of unease. Just amazing direction.
I love a Dutch angle.
I love a Dutch angle.
Because it's just that kind of, what's going to happen here?
He invented the Jaws shot as well. He invented the
from the mouth,
zooming in while pulling back.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
And that's it. And
was that him?
Completely. He did that in a movie. I can't remember what he did it in. Spielberg copied that thing.
I didn't know he copied that.
And it gives that sense of, you immediately realise there's a sense of dread.
Well, it's that. it
thing.
it mimics
Can't do it.
that
Can't do
feeling you have when something goes when your ears, like, you know, that feeling when your ears prick up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you feel the hackles in the back of your
Spider
neck.
senses.
Just basically your spider senses. But it mimics that perfectly because it's just that kind of thing, and you're like, Jesus,
It's
what the hell is
genius,
that?
isn't it?
Yeah,
A genius
it's
move.
amazing.
Where did he use that first then?
In
Because
He
I thought
definitely pioneered that.
Spielberg used that.
He
first.
definitely pioneered that technique.
I know the whole, you know, when the whole down the stairs, I've just stabbed you, falling down the stairs, all that stuff looked absolutely amazing. And it's slightly reminiscent of that Spielberg-esque shots.
It's got a name, actually.
It has got a name. And I've got a gimbal, and the gimbal advertises the fact that it can mimic.
I could do that.
It can do that shot, and all you have to do is press a button and turn a spindle, and it will, and walk in a certain direction, and it will do that.
Yeah.
They teach you how to do that, and that's part of the selling point for that gimbal.
Vertigo.
Was it Vertigo? Right, okay.
Zooming in with the lens simultaneously dollying backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's the dolly zoom. It's called. That's a good name for a band. Isn't it?
That's a good name.
The dolly zoom.
Okay.
Cool.
A glam rock band.
Sorry.
Number 3. So that was Norman Bates. Was number 4. Number 3, Nurse Ratchet. Just because she's awful. Like the bit where Billy's Billy has a breakthrough is the bit that I see is this as an example of this. Is she basically destroys him just because she can. Because Billy's getting out, he's going to see his girlfriend and all that kind of stuff, and she's going, well, you're not ready for that, are you? And she just hammers away at him, and eventually just goes back to his stuttering self again. And
that's right, because he had
horrible.
He had a horrible, not a horrible stutter, but no, a really, really intense stutter.
And he was kind of getting away from it, and then she just brought it right back, and just
he was getting cured.
Evil in her.
Listen, I've not seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest for a long, long time, but I think she used Billy as, like, I'm not like Nicholson's character, like she couldn't get through to him. But you know what? It's kind of like, all right, give me the information, or I'm going to shoot you. Well, I don't care, just shoot me. Well, okay, if you don't care, I'm going to shoot your family then. Billy was the family, like, all right, I can't get to you. If I do this to him, then I will get to you more. And I used to think, and I think I'm correct in remembering it, that Billy was used as the, I'm going to get your family bit. And she was
antagonise Jack Nicholson's character because he's lucid. He can see everything that's going on, so he knows that how she's trying to manipulate things, and because she's trying to get a rise out of him to make him the same as them.
Who directed One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
She does.
I'll tell you who produced it. Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
I'm gonna guess Milos Forman.
Find that out. I remember watching that again inappropriately as a kid, but just getting everything. Like I got it. You got it. You did get it, didn't you?
I got it right. It's Milos Forman.
I just remember getting all the characters, getting Jack Nicholson's characters. Probably the one I liked the most was the big Native American guy who lifted up the suit
big
at the
guy.
end. You know, I got him the most, and I completely understood, you know, Nurse Ratchet's character as being the nastiest person. It was, and Billy with his stutter. I forgot about the stutter.
Yeah, that was a good character too.
Poor Billy.
The young boy.
Right, so number 2, mentioned him before, the great Titan himself, Thanos. The Mad Titan, I think it's called. His motivation for it is understandable.
Yeah, totally.
How he whips that into let's just kill half the universe is just bizarre, but you understand he's got this thing about the food air deal, the old Bill Hicks sketch, and he can see that that we're all just consumers, and he's fighting against that, which is kind of ironic given the fact that it's a Disney movie, and they're the ultimate consumption machine. But you can see the thought process behind it. You can see how he got to it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him believable. That's the thing, is that you're going like, yeah, he's right.
That's what I always say. The best villains are people that don't know that they're doing bad.
Yeah. I mean, we had a discussion
Best
about
villains
this
are
before, about the hero's journey versus the villain's journey. And
Yeah.
the villain turns up in the movie fully formed. They've done the journey and they've just come to the wrong conclusion for whatever reason, whether they get beaten up or whatever, life threw them a bad blow or whatever.
Yeah.
But they turn up fully formed, and the hero is the one that's actually that amorphous blob of clay that has to be formed during the movie.
Yeah.
And
Because
Thanos really
doesn't
does
think
turn up as a fully formed character.
Yeah, Thanos doesn't think he's doing anything wrong. It's the same as it's actually exactly the same as the Zod character in the
Superman 2,
Superman.
Man of Steel.
No, not Superman 2, Man of Steel. He wants to recreate his homeland, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not taking any consideration of the people that live on Earth and things like that. He just wants to, do his thing and recreate the what's the planet?
Krypton.
Krypton. That's what he wants to do. Terraform.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I've
and he
never
doesn't
seen
think he's been.
that one.
Sloan. He doesn't want. He doesn't think he's doing bad either. He's just totally focused on what he wants to do.
There's a few passionate moments from Michael Shannon.
So
I just think he is a worthy Zod, definitely.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. He did look good as General Zod, though.
Great actor. Did you ever see the Midnight Special movie?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm missing out. Michael Shannon, and it's this little kid who's got special powers that doesn't understand how to control them, and he's on the run with the wee kid, and like the authorities are trying to get him and stuff. Yeah. It's brilliant. Midnight Special.
Okay.
All right. Check it out.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. And also, whilst you're doing it, look up the Iceman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's
I've not seen that.
Heartless.
I've not seen it, but I know the one you're talking about. Aye.
But is he heartless?
Yeah.
Just gonna say. Just say.
Good,
right.
He's good in the Waco miniseries as well. Michael Shannon.
Oh, I didn't see him. Didn't see him in there.
All right, number one.
Who is your number one?
Hans Gruber.
Yes.
From Die Hard.
Good. Actually, surprised none of us has mentioned him.
I knew Sloan would, so I didn't bother.
Right.
He's brilliant.
Rickman is amazing at these characters. But yeah, just his whole bit about going up in the elevator and Mr. Takagi's in front of him, and he's trying to make small talk, and he goes, "Nice suit, John Phillips, London, isn't it?" He turns around to him like he's amazed, and he goes like, "I heard Arafat buys his suits there." So good. And he's just a common thief.
He's what?
He's just a common thief. He doesn't care about anything. He just wants the money. That's all he's there for. It's just a heist.
Actually, a sad day when Alan Rickman died.
Oh yeah. I mean, my favorite tweet about that is somebody said, "R.I.P. Alan Rickman. I hope he's lying on a beach somewhere earning 20%." And I thought it was a really nice thing to say about.
That is very sweet, actually.
Yeah.
And knowledgeable.
Yeah.
But Hans Gruber is... I don't think he's a dick. Not like critic.
Dickish qualities to him.
He's got a couple of dickish qualities, but he's not quite the fool.
He shoots the guy in the face.
It's quite a dickish move, to be fair.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah,
a little bit. Ellis, poor Ellis. All he wanted was a Coke.
I know. He got a bullet.
Hey, John boy.
Because you love Alan Rickman too much.
He was
He was
a
in
worthy
Sweet
adversary to John McClane.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the absolute antithesis of what he stood for.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, definitely.
corporate, foreign, terrorist versus white New York kind of beat cop.
Yeah.
You know, just looking out for his
No
missus.
shoes.
That was in the 80s.
No shoes and a vest.
Yeah. It got
All
progressively
villains had to be European.
I mean,
in the
I
80s.
could probably chosen Steven Berkoff in Beverly Hills Cop, but I think Hans Gruber was just that one better than
Stephen Berkoff was in Lethal Weapon 2 as well, wasn't he?
Was he? No, I don't know if he was. No,
He
it
was
was,
South African.
no, that was Josh. God, Josh. He was in the Pet Shop Boys video. Josh, and his surname begins with A.
I think Gruber was the daddy of all of those villains. Like in the 80s and stuff like that, you know, if you were picking one of those villains, he was the one that you'd look up to.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. I mean, he was the sort of quintessential European baddie. Josh Ackland, that's who his name was.
What was
so it was. Sorry.
What was the name of the tower?
You're right.
Nakatomi.
Nakatomi Tower. Because, and when was that film out?
What was the name of the chauffeur?
I don't know, but he played some
Argyle.
rap music in that limo. Argyle.
Yeah.
What was the year that came out?
89, I think.
89, because that tower was quite computery. There's a lot of computers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like more computers in it than I
88.
remember.
Yeah.
Quite a computer-controlled tower. I didn't realize things were online back then, and things were offline.
It's the 20th Century Fox Plaza. That's the actual tower there. It's in Century City in California.
In fact, that's
and
when
I drove by it when we were in LA.
That's when that movie made us as well.
Who did you point that out to, Sloan?
Oh, right now, nobody just.
No.
Oh, my wife.
Did you point it out to?
Yeah. No, we were a
she...
tour of famous sites. Oh, she just did that.
Very good, Sloan.
We did a tour of sites, and we saw Kevin Kline was getting his star on Hollywood Walk of Fame that day, and we.
Oh, cool.
I've got. It's like a zoomed in picture of Kevin Kline getting his star.
Very cool.
And my sister-in-law went to the shops because she's going, I can see him anytime. I'm like, that's Kevin Kline.
What?
I don't think so.
That's just what I do. I can see him when I want.
Let's go to the Disney store. Let's not. Let's have a look at Kevin Kline.
I saw
Cool, man.
Kathleen Kennedy. Not Kathleen Kennedy.
Never. Kathleen Kennedy.
Turner.
All right. Okay.
Kathleen Turner.
No, Kathleen Brune down the road. Did I say Kathleen Kennedy? I meant by Kathy down the road.
No, I meant Kathy Kennedy. She works in the VG at the bottom of the road.
The VG.
The VG. I love that. Templeton. Aye. Malcolm Campbell's.
Aye, do you know what? She used to work in Gilbray.
Aye, Kathleen Kennedy.
Then she couldn't get another shift. So
George Lucas hired her.
Aye, it's true.
Aye. That's good for me, Kathy, by the way. I'm glad for her.
She's doing well.
She's doing all right. It's our Kathy.
Is she still married to wee Davy?
I think she is. Aye. No.
Davy Kennedy.
Davy Kennedy.
Wee Davy.
He's a carpenter.
Oh, for God's sake.
All right. enough of the parochial humour. Thank you all for watching. And I'm going to get a haircut soon. That's why it's bugging me.
Good. Happy.
I know. Letting the side
Name
down.
is James. Look at the state of him.
I know. Sorry.
Good grief.
And me.
Oh. So thank you all for watching. Smash the like button and share as well, because it helps the channel out. And if you want timely reminders of this video, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and YouTube will work its little magic. And it will send you notifications when we put a new video up, which is usually Mondays and Thursdays. So we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Cool.
Thanks for watching.
See you.